Hello everyone, it is princess_mini4 and welcome back to my channel. Today is Vlogmas day 17 and today I will be painting Christmas crafts and doing a story time. If you guys are new here, please make sure you hit that notification bell and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a post. Okay you guys, so this is like the third time I've done this video, so I'm not going to really explain too much, but I got this from the Dollar Tree. So it's a little gingerbread house. I actually have three. I don't know if I'm gonna do all three on camera because I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah, so I'm gonna start off with this gingerbread house. And yeah, so we are going to do a little story time. I know I mentioned in one of my videos not too long ago that I am now single, and then I know like over the summer I did like a little video explaining that I was in a relationship. So yeah. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do these colors because there's like different. I wonder if I should do the darker one or the lighter one. I don't really know. I think I'm just going to put them all here. So you're obviously going to start off with some brown. So yeah, I'm going to be reading off of this because I had this printed so I can, you know. So back in high school, I dated a female, and there's already a video up on my channel about that. So if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out if you're into story times. Which one did I just put on here? This one, the burnt sienna. So yeah, and that was the first person I ever dated. And then I dated a guy this year from June 3rd through October 25th. So, for a little background story, I had to make sure I was still recording. At one point in my life, I was very desperate for some reason for a relationship. And I do believe a lot of that has to do with just social media in general. You see all these people on social media in relationships, so you kind of want one. So I do believe that's where that kind of started, but I also vaguely remember that being in middle school too. So I don't know, that's just what I was. I would download all these dating apps or use dating websites because I felt like I really needed or just really wanted to be in a relationship. I feel like I shouldn't have done this one first. This is the one I probably should have did off of camera because this one is like very intricate. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I really can't explain to y'all why. I do believe a lot of it has to do with social media. And during COVID, you really didn't have anything to do but scroll on social media. Especially when school ended. Oh my goodness. And it's like, especially like me taking online classes. Like, yeah, I do the work. But, oh no. I do the work, but it's like then you still have nothing to do for the rest of the day. So COVID has definitely changed the lives of a lot of people, including me, and it will probably change the lives forever. Like, it's just one of them things that it's just gonna be how it is from now on. It took a very huge toll on my mental health. Like, if y'all have been on my channel for a little bit, I do have like a little playlist called, like, what is it called? Mental health something. I don't know. Remember the name. But I do have a playlist. If y'all go under like my playlist, where I just sit down and I talk about how I was feeling and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, majority of the times on there, it was about me wanting to have children and wanting to be in a relationship. I don't know what it was. And as you can see, majority of those things were filmed during COVID. Like when we were like locked down and stuff. COVID was really hard. And it's so weird to think about how it was almost 4 years ago now. But I was so... And it's like looking back now, I don't know how I survived it. I really don't. Because child, I really did not think that I was going to be here. I really thought that suicide was going to be my answer. But I'm still here, y'all. Still here. Ooh. I don't know if that's from this or what. Anyway, So I decided at the end of 2022. So I don't think I ever told y'all. Like, I don't know. See, I don't remember. Y'all, 2022 was so long ago. I don't remember. I think I'm not about to do this one. I don't, sorry, I'm getting mad. I don't remember if I told y'all for like my New Year's resolutions, but I decided for at the end of 2022 that come New Year's, I'm like getting choked up. Sorry. I will stop looking and longing for a relationship. So what I did is I deleted all my accounts. Like, y'all, I had so many dating apps and stuff. And some of it's really embarrassing to go back and think about. But how one time I wanted to date this boy. And my grandma and my uncle were not happy about it. And then my uncle was like, oh, that's why I really wanted you to go away to university. Which is so funny because then when I finally did go away to university, I literally didn't talk to nobody. So I wouldn't have found a boyfriend anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I really just wanted to be in a relationship. I don't know why. Because after being in a relationship, I'm good. I am good. I'm great, actually. But yeah, so I deleted all my accounts on those apps and on those websites. And I even deleted them entirely. Because you can delete the app and still keep it just in case you want to remake it. Nope. I deleted them entirely. Went back and deleted the history so it doesn't even pop up. Y'all, this is not going to look good. And then I put it up to God. I was like, you know what? If it's my time to be in a relationship, God gonna send me somebody. So that's what I did. And that's all I did all of 2023. Like, I ain't never looked for a relationship. It came to me because I was like, I'm done looking. I don't want to look. You know, I'm over it. Y'all, look at this. I don't know what to do. All right. So fast forward to April of 2023. So, on the day that, because here's what a little background story about that. I reached out to let me give him a name. I'm going to call him Santa. Is that weird? What if a kid watching? Maybe I shouldn't call him Santa. I'll call him Nicholas. I reached out to Nicholas. And it just so happened I reached out to him on his birthday. But the reason why I reached out to him is because whenever I was like, I'm not doing this one, y'all. Whenever I was like going through stuff like mentally, my only outlet sometime was to post it on social media. So I would like post stuff on Instagram. Yeah, here's the one I'm doing now. It's a little gingerbread man. I don't know. But that one is starting to stress me out. So I didn't want to do that one. So... and all this stuff that I was going through, it wasn't always because of family. Like, I mean, anything. Like I said, COVID and just being, people don't realize, like, even if it's not COVID anymore, still being locked up in the house all the time, which is so crazy because I love being home. But when you're home more, you have more time to think. And when you have depression, you don't want to think, you know? So, but I'm good now, y'all. I went to therapy. I got medication. I'm great. You know, I ain't worried about nothing. And I don't think I'll have to worry about anything for a long time anyway, so I'm good. But anyway, so I don't know what it was. I guess it was God, because something was just telling me to reach out to him. And just so happened that day, me, my grandmother, and my uncle had went to Best Buy to buy my grandma's new TV. So it just so happened that it was actually his birthday. So April 29th was the day we got the TV, and it was the day that I reached out to him. Like I said, I didn't know it was his birthday. I didn't really know him. So the background of that is, so we briefly met in 2022. So if y'all been watching me for a long time, I first went to a community college. I started in 2020, but if y'all been watching me since then, y'all really a G. Because them videos was horrible. Like, the quality was bad. The videos be going the wrong direction and everything. But yeah, if you've been watching me since then, I love that. But those were that was when I was going to a community college. And if you know, obviously I started in COVID. I started during COVID, so I didn't actually go on campus until 2021. So in the spring of 2022, I had a Spanish class. And I don't even know if I talked about it. I'm sure I did, because I always complain about stuff when I'm frustrated or whatever. So we had a teacher who just quit. She just up and quit. The school didn't know where she was. She just stopped showing up, blah, blah, blah. So we didn't have a teacher. So I had like a Spanish class. And keep in mind, you guys, like, you know how hard it is to teach yourself Spanish? That's why I took a Spanish class. Because I've always been interested in learning Spanish. And then my Spanish teacher just up and quits. But before she quit, y'all, she took a vacation for a month. But yeah, I should have known then that she was a problem. But whatever. So the people who are in my class, we all made a little, well, I didn't. They just included me. We all kind of just we must have exchanged information before then. I don't really remember how that worked. Like, it's so long ago now. But we all had an Instagram group chat. And we all just kind of were helping each other with the Spanish work. Because even though we had no teacher, we still had to do a final. We still had to do a midterm, which I think is so crazy about school. Is like, I mean, I guess you don't want to give us like a passing grade. But it's like, we don't have a teacher. So why do we still have to take a final in a midterm? But I luckily passed that class. I honestly don't understand how I did. But I can tell you, some of them people in that group chat did not. But it makes sense. You can't teach yourself a different language. So whatever. There was a group chat. I don't know who made it. But somehow Nicholas got included in his group chat. And to this day, I still don't understand why or how. I mean, other than the fact that he must have just been, he must have just been friends with somebody on there, because he graduated in 2021. So I don't know why he was included in the group chat at all. Like, he was done with school a whole year before we was in that group chat. So like I said, I still don't understand how or why he got included, but that's what happened. So, and then I probably, like I said, when you're in a group chat, if you ever been in a group chat, like a group chat with 3 people is different. It was like a group chat with like 10 of us. And a few of them didn't even go to the school that we was going to. That's why I just find it weird. I don't know why they were included. I really don't understand. Because we made the group chat. Well, they made the group chat so we can help each other with our Spanish work. I don't understand why those people were included. But yeah, because a few of them, like I said, had nothing to do with the school. So yeah, I don't understand. But obviously, when you're in a group chat with that many people, you're not really talking to one person directly. You're talking to the whole group. So hold on, y'all. Now she's vacuuming. All right, you guys. So here's what we did. I did this off camera. So I finished this all up. Now I'm going to do, I think, like green, red, red, green. And I don't know what color I'm going to do the bow as of yet. But yeah, so where was I at? So afterwards, after the class ended and whatever, somebody in the group wanted to go bowling. So obviously, not even obviously, but that never did happen, because it was just one of them things where it was like some people worked, other people couldn't drive. I was not about to drive that late at night. So it never, I don't know if they actually went or not. But yeah, that was what happened with that. So yeah, on his birthday, I just so happened to reach out to him that day. And then that's kind of what made us kind of start talking in general. Because we were talking and he was like, yeah, today's my birthday. I'm going to Texas Roadhouse with my parents, blah, blah, blah. And it's so funny when I think back to it now. Because maybe I'm just oblivious. But I do think I am sometimes. It's just funny. But he was like, I guess he was like asking me out on a date. Because he was like, yeah, they have really good Long Island iced teas, which is like that drink that has like, it's like an iced tea but has like 3 different kinds of liquor in it. But he was like, yeah, maybe one day I'll take you out there. And I guess, like I said, me being oblivious, I was like, oh, okay, not even thinking of anything other than that. So, and also because, like I said, I was not looking for a relationship, so why would I automatically assume that somebody's trying to take me out somewhere? So yeah. Then not too long afterwards, he invited me to a car show. And we went to the car show on May 6th. And I think I was filming like a what I eat in a day that day. So obviously I didn't record him or anything because I didn't eat anything there. We went there, looked at the cars, and left. Because I remember my grandma was like, don't go over his house, nothing. We don't know this boy, blah, blah, blah. So then he was like, hey, you want to go anywhere else afterwards? I was like, no. And then I got my car and I left. So that was funny. That was the first time I ever met up with him in person, was May 6th at a car show near his house. And the first impression of him was kind of funny because first thing he did was hug me, which that's not weird, but I'm just like recounting it in my head. I remember him hugging me, and then we were walking, and the first thing he did, which I think is so funny, maybe this is, oh, I don't care. Maybe this is me being stereotypical, but when I'm walking with a guy and he's running from the bees more than I am, I looked at him, like, in my head, I'm like, oh no, this dude. That was my first impression of him. Like, I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, but... And then I remember, I don't know why I remember this. We were walking and somebody was revving up their car. Because you had a car show. It's not like those really fancy ones that are inside. It was one of those outside ones, which I don't really like. I don't like bugs. And it was May, so there was bees out. Oh, this looks so nice. I should have did it opposite though, but that's fine. I don't know what color to do the bow. Maybe I'll do it white. But I got a little messed up right there. Y'all can't even see. I'm not even about to show y'all. So somebody was like revving up their car. And let me show you. He was going like this. And I'm like looking at him like, what are you doing? Like he was, I don't know. The first impression wasn't all that. I was like, what are you doing? To the, like, I don't know. He was being weird. So, and then he was running from the bees. And I was just like, he was embarrassing me. I'm like, I'm walking with a grown man and he running from the bees, and I wasn't even running because when I meet somebody, I don't need them knowing I'm scared of bugs. So I was just trying to act normal. I was just trying to act regular. So I'm just walking by the waft and stuff. This dude is running. He running away from me, so he not even trying to protect me. But anyway, so yeah. So my memory is a little foggy, but I can tell you that he was the first one to confess to liking me. And like I said, then I was not looking for a relationship. And honestly, like I said, I wasn't looking for a relationship. So I obviously didn't feel the same way that soon. But like I said before, I never had a guy say that they liked me or felt like I was attractive. So I ran with it. I was like, oh, cool. You think I'm cute? Cool. But he said something like, you are very pretty. And I remember I looked in the mirror and said, where? Anyway, beauty's in the eye is what they say. I hate this part, man, because I always get it everywhere. All the little paint. Why don't they just come open? See, look, it gets... Sorry, I'm so irritated. And my thing's about to go off. Okay, you guys, so I am done with this. I painted it white. I don't know if y'all can really tell, but this is the gingerbread man. He is all done. I'm going to go back and attempt to do this house. So, yeah. It feels nice to have someone say things like that. Especially after years of feeling ugly and actually being called ugly in middle school and stuff like that. So, it does feel nice. It feels nice to have someone think that you're pretty or whatever. Another thing I do remember is that he did say I love you first. Which obviously, and I really wish I didn't want to be that kind of person and like have like receipts because I still have, because we first started texting on Instagram. There's a lot of things. Like I said, I'm not gonna bash him or anything like that because I'm mature and I'm not like that. God knows I could if, but I'm not going to, because when we first started talking, we first started texting on Instagram because that's where he texted me. Obviously, he didn't have my number. So we were first started texting on Instagram. And I remember I said, well, can we exchange numbers? Because I don't like being on social media all the time. I don't know what it is with me, but it's like every Sunday when you have an iPhone, I guess you could probably turn it off. Maybe I should. It tells you like how long you've been on certain apps for the week. And like when me and him first started talking, I was on Instagram for like 8 hours a day. I don't like that. I don't like, it was like your allowance. What does it say? Your weekly thing has been like 20 something hours. Like, I don't want to be on my phone that often. And it's like, I don't like being on social media that often because quite naturally, when you're texting somebody on Instagram, what are you going to do? Scroll through Instagram. It's just what happens. It's because you're already on the app and you're like, why exit the app? Because one thing I can say, he answers you very, very quickly. Like if I send him a text at 11:54, he sends me a text at 11:54, already back and responded to it. So it's like you don't even have time to exit the app. So you're like scrolling. And I just didn't like that. I didn't like scrolling through there. So then I was like, can we just text on Messenger? And then he said something like, well, my mom checks my phone. So I just left that like that. I was like, ain't you 22? But anyway. So yeah, I can say that I did say I love you back, obviously, because I feel like it's rude to not say I love you back. But obviously thinking back now, I did not love him. At least not, no, actually I didn't love him at all at that point. You know what I'm saying? I will say about it, like eventually a little bit of love came. Obviously not the same way, you know, I love my grandmother or my uncle or anybody else. It's just kind of like, you know, it's just something there. And like I wrote on here, not like I love Biggie. But obviously I don't know. I just don't want to not say it back. So I said it back. But yeah, obviously I did not love him. That was probably like May when he said that. And we had been talking that long. And I was like, oh, I love you too. But you know, it really wasn't, you know. Anyway. So I got my tonsils removed on May 9th. Y'all already seen that if y'all been watching my videos. Am I recording? Yes. So we went to the car show on May 6th. So we didn't get to see each other for a little while. And I remember like he wanted to see me soon. And this, like I said, little things that I think about now I should have seen as like red flags. Like I had my tonsils removed and I couldn't really talk. Obviously, y'all, if y'all seen the video, you can't talk after you get your tonsils removed. Because tonsils help you talk. And they're all like, they're healing and everything. So I couldn't really talk. And he was kind of getting like upset about that. Like, well, you still can't come out now. You still can't talk now. Like, I should have like seen that as like a red flag. It's like, if you can't accept the fact that I had my tonsils removed and I can't talk, then I should have just left it alone there. But anyway, but that was when we started talking a lot every single day. And to touch on that, I'm not used to talking to one person all the time. Like I said, how fast he texts me back, and he would text me all the time, all day long when he's at work. Because he texts me all the time. He goes to work at 7. He would text me on his 9 o'clock break. He would text me on his 12 o'clock lunch. He would text me on his 2 o'clock break, and all day until he goes to bed. And it got to the point where it got annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's because I'm an introvert or whatever. But it's like, dude. And like I said, sometimes he would get a little attitude when I wouldn't answer him right away. And then that's when I would say to him, look, first off, during this time I was taking 5 summer classes. Yeah. So I'm doing homework. And I would say, okay, I'm doing homework. I'll text you later. And an hour later, he'd be like, how's the homework coming along? Why are you texting me? You know what I'm saying? It was just little things that were just kind of getting on my nerves. But yeah. So we made an arrangement to meet up on June 3rd. I think I had filmed a weekend of my life where I talked about how we were together, blah, 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 whatever. So on that day, he came and picked me up, and he met my grandma, and then he took me over to his house, and I met his parents. It was an amazing day. We made an official on that day. I was in 7th heaven. I got my first boyfriend, and it was nice to have someone who cared about me and loved me. He was a little bit obsessive, but we're going to leave that like that. So now we're going to go on to why we broke up. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with this one. I'm honestly like, look at it. I'm not about to paint this one, y'all. So yeah. And before I even get there, you know, I seen this quote years ago, not even like this year or because I was in this relationship. Years ago, I seen this quote where it was like, when you're in a relationship with a woman, 9 times out of 10, when y'all break up, she had mentally broke up with y'all, with you before she physically broke up with you. And I can say that that's what happened during this relationship. We dated from June 3rd to October 25th. And I'm telling y'all, from August, I was mentally broke up with him. I was just tolerating it. And it's not even like, so it's like, well, if you mentally broke up with him, why did you stay with him? And honestly, it's probably out of like selfish reasons, because I don't know, I just kind of liked having a boyfriend, like having to be able to say that I have a boyfriend. But it wasn't really like him, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes he just, and I'm gonna be honest, sometimes he was a little annoying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not annoying sometimes too. I know I am. I'm human. We're all annoying at times. So I know that I was probably annoying too, but it was just like little things that, you know, I did. That's why I was mentally done with him first. So we're just going to start with how I wrote it down. The last reason why we broke up, like I said, I was mentally broken up with him 2 months before we physically broke up. So he is a Trump supporter. Let me move this up a little bit. So here's the next one I'm gonna do. It's like a little snowflake, but I don't even know like what color are snowflakes. They're white, ain't they? I got blue. Maybe I'll use blue. So anyway, he is a Trump supporter. So on October 25th, which is the day we broke up, something was telling me all day, and it was probably because I had went to therapy, and she handed me, because like I said, I had been complaining about him to her, not even complaining, but just talking about him to her. So she sent me this thing, and I still have it because I'm gonna keep it for as long as my email allows me to, where it said, when you're in a relationship, there are things that you guys both need. Oh, look at this. And things that you guys both want. You know what I'm saying? And this comes to like relationships. So it's like, example, do you need your partner to be the same skin tone as you? Do you need your partner to work the same job? You know, like in relationships, there's different things that both parties need and both parties want. So she sent me that, and I don't know why. And then I had Googled questions to ask someone before you get quote unquote serious. So one of the questions that was on there was, what is their political affiliation? And then I said to myself, oh my God, I never asked him that. But I don't even know, I guess because I am not political. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say on here, yes, I am a Democrat. And I will always be a Democrat. And that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear about Joe Biden this, Joe Biden that. Like I said, I am a Democrat, and I'm going to always be a Democrat. And I don't care what Democrat is office as long as it's a Democrat. Just a disclaimer. That's just me, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Republican, that's okay. I don't dislike people because of their political party. Now, I'm not going to stay with you. And not even just that. Like I said, let me just go ahead here. So his things, he said, I am a part of the Republican Party, and I am, and am was in capitals, I am a Trump supporter. So, and honestly, that right there was not like, oh, I'm going to break up with him because of that. Honestly, I probably would have had no issue, because in my head, it was not that serious of a relationship. We were just dating. You know what I'm saying? So we went back and forth arguing, not really arguing because we were texting. But we went back and forth on it, and he was just, he was so arrogant about it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like that. Because we were going back and forth on it, and like I said, and he was always, like I said, and this is where, maybe this is just me, but I don't like people that are like that. I don't like arrogant people, and I don't like people that are so quick to bash somebody. Like I said, this dude could probably tell you more about Joe Biden than any Democrat could ever. And that's why I think to myself, I'm like, if somebody doesn't like somebody, why do you know so much about them? You know what I'm saying? Like, he talked about how he doesn't like Joe Biden and this, that, and the other. Yet he could tell you what he was wearing that day. Like, dude knew everything about him. And the way that he talked about Trump and how good he was, and the way he was praising him, y'all, let me tell y'all, this man goes to church every Sunday. But let me tell y'all, he ain't never talked about Jesus like that. And he ain't never talked about God like that. He praised Trump more than he praised God. And I got a problem with that. I really do. At the end of the day, Trump don't care about you. But look. God do. But he talked about Trump more than he talked about God. More than he praised God. And no, that's a red flag right there. No human should be praised like that, because we are all human and we all make mistakes. No human is perfect. So if you're going to praise a human like that, then nah, that's a turn off to me. So like I said, we went back and forth, and then I don't even know, like, so it just kind of kept spiraling out of control. And just his arrogance and the way, like, whenever I would say anything, he would just kind of answer with like an attitude. And then he would like try to send me, he literally sent me like 30 videos of stuff about Joe Biden. And I was like, I don't care. And this is what me saying to him. I don't care about the videos that you're sending me. I don't care. I'm not going to watch them. But he kept sending them to me because in his head, I guess he wanted me to be on his side. I'm like, look, I have my opinion, you have yours. But he just didn't stop. It just kept escalating. And then I don't even know how we got on the topic of George Floyd. But when I mentioned George Floyd, because then we started talking about like police brutality and stuff like that. So then when we got on the topic of George Floyd, the first thing he said, so all I said was George Floyd. I said, yeah, remember what happened to George Floyd? The first thing he said was, oh yeah, that guy that had meth and fentanyl in his system. That right there, I lost it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I lost it. I was like, oh, so because he had meth and fentanyl in his system, that means that he deserved to be killed by a police, you know? And then that was it. That right there was when I was done. I was absolutely done. Yes, people could still be together and have different political views, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like my therapist said, there are things that you need in a relationship and things that you want and things that are okay. That are like, okay, some people don't mind it, but no, we need to be the same political party. I'm sorry. But yeah, when he said that, and like it's, and then of course his excuse was, that's not what I meant. But I'm like, that's not what you meant. But why is that the first thing you say when I just mentioned the guy's name? You didn't even mention the fact that he had a daughter. You didn't mention the fact that it happened on TV. The first thing you mentioned was what he had in his system, as if that means that it's okay. So granted, did he really mean that? No. But when you're texting, that's just what it seemed like. And I was already irritated, because he just kept sending me videos and he just kept going. He just kept going. And I was done. I was done with it. And probably if it wasn't for like the other reasons, actually, no, honestly, I don't think we would have been able to go back from that. I honestly don't think. But yeah, for me, I would need people to be the same religion as me and the same political views. Everything else is okay. We don't got to be the same race. We don't got to be the same, you know, ethnicity and nationality and stuff. We don't even got to work at the same place. We don't even got to live in the same state. But we got to be the same religion and the same political views. I'm sorry. Honestly, after dealing with him, like I said, he praised him more than he ever praised God. And I just don't like that. After all these months, I had fallen out of love with him. And I tried my hardest to gain it back. But that day, I was done. I was absolutely done. So here's how this... Oh, y'all can kind of see it. I asked my Alea what color snowflakes are. She gonna sit there and say they ain't got no color. I said, so how am I supposed to paint it? Anyway, so another reason, I have a whole list of reasons as to why we ain't together anymore. But another reason is he had no hobbies. That is another thing. I want to be with somebody that has hobbies. I want to be with somebody that has a gumption to do something in their life. He did not have that. He doesn't read, he doesn't write. He spent all the time texting me. Like I mentioned before, if I sent him a text at 11:54, he would send me another text at 11:54. Because he never did anything. Occasionally he would go to the gym with his dad, or he would go downstairs with his dad and maybe go to the pool. But I'm telling you, this guy would get up and just sit in his room all day and do nothing. Like I said, other than like watching YouTube videos on his phone. And granted, it's like, well, he worked, you know, he didn't even work. He worked part-time, or works part-time, which that's not my business. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be controlling, because sometimes I could see myself having like controlling tendencies, because it's like he always had all these promises and stuff. And I'm like, you ain't making that much money to have all these little promises and goals and stuff, like getting a house and having kids and stuff, when you make that little bit amount of money. But that's, you know, like I said, I don't want to bash nobody. I'm honestly just being honest. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But it is not healthy to not have any hobbies. I honestly don't understand. And which is why I've mentioned early on that he would sometimes get an attitude with me when I didn't answer him in a timely fashion. But I'm like, for the most part, like I said, I'm doing homework or I'm watching something. Like I said, I have a ton of hobbies. This is really not one of my hobbies. But filming is. I could be filming a video, editing a video, watching YouTube videos, anything. I have a ton of hobbies. Y'all, if y'all watch my YouTube videos, y'all see my hobbies. He didn't have any. So he always was readily available to text me back, and he would have a problem when I wasn't. And I'm like, I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? The point of texting is so you don't have to answer right away. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if it's something important, then yeah. But it's like half of the time, it's just, how are you doing? And if I don't answer right away, sometimes he would have an attitude. And it's just like, okay, you're mad at me because you have no hobbies? Like I said, I do so much. I read, so that's why I just, like, I couldn't, that was bothering me so much. I couldn't be with somebody that didn't have any hobbies. And then when I would tell him, instead of trying to do something, he would just be like, oh, well, can you help me get a hobby? Dude, you are a grown man. How am I going to pick out a hobby? I can't pick out a hobby for myself sometimes. How am I going to pick out a hobby for you? And I think that was just an excuse to spend more time with me. Like, sometimes, like I said, it was a little obsessive sometimes. And that's so funny because that's how it was in my first relationship. I almost dated the same person twice. Like, so maybe I'm just not supposed to be in relationships. But so one of these I wrote on here is that he didn't want to get a better job. I just don't want to have to deal with a man who doesn't want to work hard and better himself. Not wanting to look for better jobs and not wanting to get a full-time job is a red flag to me. It may not be a red flag to you. I know you're like, oh, well, he's only 22. Yeah, but he doesn't, like I said, he doesn't do anything. So it's like, I guess in my head, part-time jobs are for people that are in school, who have kids. But it's like, he doesn't do anything. So it's like, why not get a full-time job? It's like, y'all, as soon as I graduate school, what do y'all think I'm about to do? Get a full-time job. Why would I get a part-time job? First off, you get paid more. You usually get more benefits. And you honestly probably get better hours. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like part-time jobs are for people that either work 2 part-time jobs, have kids, or also in school. There's no reason for a grown man that doesn't do anything else in his life doesn't get a full-time job. That's just my opinion. He would apply for them, but then he would never go back and call them. And then one time he said that he didn't want to leave the place he worked out because it was his dad's legacy. Which, like I said, it was just another excuse because when we went to the beach with them, his dad was like, well, just get another job. So I was laughing. I'm like, it's your dad's legacy, but your dad was telling you just to get a better job. Because he would always complain. Like, so I don't want to be controlling, but he would always complain about his job, how he didn't really like it, how he wished he got paid more, how he wished he had better hours, this, that, and the third, but then would just never do anything about it. And I think it was just because he was used to it. He was used to working under 30 hours. And that's fine. But then don't complain about it. Like, so why complain? And then I'm trying to help him and stuff because he's always complaining about it. So I'm like, here, use LinkedIn, use this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Look for this kind of job. I'm like, why have he only has an associate's, but it's like, why don't you get a job that requires an associate's? Because believe it or not, you're going to get paid a little bit more than just a job with a high school diploma. But like I said, he's a grown man and I can't control nobody. So whatever. He would do things like complaining about not having money, but then he would go out to get fast food every day and sometimes multiple times a day. And then not be able to afford food when we would go out together. Not saying that he always had to pay for me, but you can't complain when you're throwing money away. Like, we would go out somewhere. Like, one time, oh my god, this is before we even seen each other, I think. The second time, he always wants to go shopping together. I don't know why. Because he said it feels like we're a real couple and we're going shopping. So one time I asked him to we can just go to Target, because y'all know I love Target. And I don't know why it turned me off, but then he was like, oh, well, can you pay me gas money if we go to Target? And I just looked at him. No, I wasn't there. And the funny thing was, y'all, I guess when you're in a relationship, you don't ask each other for gas money. To me, that's weird because I never asked him for gas money, ever. One time I took him to Chili's and drove him there with my car, no issue, blah, blah, blah. Then we left and he left his wallet. So I had to go back. We had to go back and get his wallet, blah, blah, blah. Which, mind you, I told him when he put his wallet on the table, I said, don't forget your wallet. But he forgot it. But that's a man thing. And then, like I said, even having to turn around and drive all the way back. Do you think I asked him for gas money? No, because you're in a relationship. You don't do that in a relationship. You do that with a friend. You know what's so funny? And I would never ask my friend for gas money. That's just me. That's just me. But everybody's not like me. But yeah, at the warehouse he works at, he was saying that the full time is the overnight shift, and I can totally get why you wouldn't want to work the overnight shift, but then go to a different warehouse. But yeah, he just didn't want to. And I don't know, sometimes it was just getting on my nerves. It's like maybe if he didn't complain about it, it wouldn't get on my nerves. But it's like he kept complaining, but then wouldn't do anything to fix it. It's like complaining that you're sick, but not taking any cold pills to get better. It just defeats the purpose. So yeah. So another reason was he was very serious about the relationship, and I was not. Hold on. Pretty much from day one, he was very serious about this relationship. He would say, I know exactly when I'm going to propose to you. We're going to get married next year and we're going to have kids. Like, this was literally probably in like May. And I'm telling y'all, I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh, okay. Because of course, I mean, like I said, I know this sounds so weird to me. But for me, I don't even care about getting married. I'd rather just have a kid with somebody. So maybe that's why I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, we can just have kids. I probably would have gotten married just so I can have a kid. And I'm telling you, that's all I want. That's all I want. I don't really care about getting married. I just want to have kids. So, but yeah, he was very serious from day one. And in my head, I'm like, dude, I just met you. Like, I don't know you like that. Like, why would I sit around here and marry you? And then he was like, we're going to get promise ring at 6 months. Then we're going to get married. We can move together and have children. I'm all for the together and having children. No, I'm all for the having kids part. But the marriage and moving in together was not for me. I love the idea of marriage, but he wasn't my soulmate. I'm still looking for my soulmate. My Prince Charming, or my Princess Charming. So to me, he wasn't my soulmate. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to keep wasting his time because I didn't feel the same. And I don't want to get married more than once. We're both so young, so what's the rush? And I put that on there because it's a song. It goes, we're both so young, so what's the rush? Because that's true, though. We are both so young. What is the rush? Why are you want to get married at 22? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't want to get married because I don't want to get divorced before I'm 30. So I was like, I don't want to marry this dude. You know what I'm saying? Not even just him. I don't want to be married at 22 unless I know for a fact that we're gonna be together forever, which it does happen. Oh, y'all, I think I'm finished this one. I think this is all I'm gonna do. Hold on. So that was kind of the reason, and it's so funny because right before we broke up, he actually did buy me the promise ring. And I know my grandma was like, because the funny thing was he was trying to surprise me, but he told me about it. He literally told me about the promise ring when we were together for like a month. He already told me that he was going to buy me a promise ring. And he also said that after we've been together for a year, he was going to propose to me, blah, blah. So it's not like, it wasn't like it was like a total surprise because he told me that, you know. But I do hope he was able to return and get his money back. But honestly, like I said, there was a lot of reasons why we ain't together. And I can't even say the main thing was because of the fact that he's a Trump supporter. I can't even really say that. You know what I'm saying? Let me start a new clip. Let me show y'all this. I think it looks nice. Look at me. All over me. I'm not mad at him. I was kind of shocked about the way he was acting that day. Like the arrogance and then just the way he was talking to me and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not going to air him out too much. No, hold on. I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not, y'all. No, I think I'm good. Because there was other things, but, you know, like he did have stuff like ADHD, which I'm not really airing out his business when I say that, because he told me that day in April, and we weren't even together then. So it's not like he's hiding it. And I should have known then that that's a red flag, because I didn't even write this down at all, I don't think. He used his ADHD sometimes as an excuse for everything. Real quickly, one time, this was right after my arm surgery. He was coming over here because he was always begging to come over here. Because he was, like I said, he was a little clingy, a little obsessive. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Like I said, I dealt with that in my first relationship. I don't like that. And you tell them that you don't like that and they just ignore it. But anyway, so he always wanted to come over here. I don't know why I keep picking this one up. I'm not about to paint it. So he always kept coming over here. whatever, because he wanted to come over here. Then, so we had went to Panera Bread, me and my grandma, and he had went to Starbucks, and we met back here. So he had 2 drinks for himself, I think, and 1 drink for me. And I got a drink from Panera Bread, and he had a cup carrier. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, he can carry the cup carrier, and then I can carry my grandmother's drink, and then my grandmother can carry the bag of food. We had a whole bunch of food. It's all 3 of us. And so he walks in the front door and drops my drink from Panera Bread. He doesn't drop any other drink. Still to this day, me and my grandmother don't understand how he only dropped 1 drink, which we're happy he only dropped 1 drink. But how did he only drop my drink? The world may never know. So that's whatever. We are all human. We drop things. We're human. We make mistakes. It's life. Nobody is mad at him over that. But what he did next is what I'm still not mad, because I'm not mad at him. I'm still kind of shocked over a little bit. So he walked upstairs and sat down. No, he did not ask to clean it up. No, he did not clean it up. No, he didn't apologize. He came upstairs and sat down, and that was it. It was like maybe 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks. I think maybe 2 weeks after my arm surgery. So I couldn't move my arms that much, if y'all remember. And my grandmother has a bad back, a bad neck, and a bad shoulder. We had to go downstairs and clean it up while he sat upstairs in the air conditioner, because it was July. Well, it may have been August, and that was it. Then when he got home, like I said, I let him do what he do. He said, oh, I'm sorry. And this was so funny. He was like, I'm sorry again for dropping it. And I didn't say anything about that because he didn't apologize when he was here. So I'm like, how are you sorry again? But he never helped. He never offered to help. Not even just not helping, but not even offering to help was really like a shock. And that right there probably is what turned me off from him right there. Because you are a grown man. You are the only able-bodied person here. I had just had surgery and my grandma has all these problems. And you're just sitting there upstairs, just sitting there because you're mad because you dropped it. You're mad, but we have to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. But yeah. And then he would use stuff like his ADHD as an excuse for everything. Like, oh, you know, I'm sorry. Oh my God, he came over here. I'm so funny. I'm just thinking about this stuff. He came over here, and the first day, we had these little grabber things because I just had my surgery, so I couldn't reach down and grab anything. He broke it. He sat there and kept playing with it because of his ADHD, right? Everything always has an excuse. And I'm like, stop playing with it before you break it. It's like I'm talking to a kid. Like, I always compare him to my 8-year-old cousin, but he's 8 years old. He's supposed to be like that, not a 22-year-old man. But he would just kept playing with it until he broke it. He was like, oh man, I knew I was going to break it. I'll give you $5. But then never pulled the money out or nothing. But I'm just like, if I told you to stop playing with it, why did you keep playing with it? And then the last time he came over here, my grandma had this little stress ball that she got from a friend that was like a poop. He kept playing with it and shaking it, and I told him, stop playing with it before you break it. Broke it. Like, oh, I don't know why thinking about it just gets me re-mad. Like, I'm just like, God, thank you for showing me the light, because I couldn't. And that day, I think, because like I said, I was already mentally broken up with him. I was done. I was just waiting for the reason to be able to leave him. So whatever. Like I said, I'm not mad at him. I sometimes look back and get mad at situations. But yeah, I don't have any hard feelings over this. Yes, I will. No. Yes, I will miss him. But when I wrote this, I wrote this. You know what's so funny about this? I wrote this in August, but I just kind of revamped it for now. Like I said, I was mentally broken with him a long time. I can't really say that I miss him. You know what I'm saying? I do miss going out and being able to go to different places and stuff like that. But I don't really miss him. He was sometimes a little hard to love, and that's just who he is, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? He will find the girl of his dreams one day that can deal with him and everything like that, deal with like the obsessiveness and the, you know, breaking everything in your house and stuff like that. But I was just not the one. Like I said, I am just, and it's so funny because would I like to be in a relationship sometimes? Sometimes, yeah, but other times I'm like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because I like and that's a good thing about me, is that I've been single for so long that I like being single. And when I was in a relationship with him, I missed being single. But yeah, we did have fun while it lasted. We went on a ton of dates and texted a lot. And I don't regret any of that. What I do say is, after we had been together for a while, I do wish I would have not posted him on my social media. But who cares? I just removed all his pictures off my page and we're all good. But next time I know what I want. This is my first relationship with the guy. It won't be my last, but it'll be my last for a little bit, because I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to be in a relationship. I like being single. I honestly do. But I'll never post him on my social media until we're married. But as of right now, I'm only 22 and I'm still so young, and I need to focus on my education, my mental health, my peace. Oh, my peace was disturbed for a few months, y'all. My relationship with God, my relationship with God, my family, my online friends, my physical health, etc. I'm happy I got to go through this experience, because I learned a lot, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to film this video, just to kind of give you advice. When you step into a new relationship, you know what I'm saying, don't prioritize your peace. You know what I'm saying? If your peace is being disturbed, let them know. A big thing in a relationship is communication. And we communicated a lot, because sometimes, like I said, he was just so, especially after my surgery, he just kept laying over top of me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I just had my arms, the whole bunch of skin removed from my arms, but he just never thought like that. He was just like, and it's so funny, because like when I was younger, I used to want a man like that, obsessive over me. It's horrible. It's horrible, because the way he would talk about me and the way he would put me on a pedestal, I hated that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you're just so perfect, so beautiful, you're my princess, you're this, like, oh my goodness, it was just so annoying. And he kept giving me pet names, and I hated it. He would call me my sweet potato pie, my pecan pie, my sweet baby cakes. Oh, I hated the pet names. I hated that. I'm like, dude, I act more like so yeah, see, Lord forgive me, I'm not about to talk bad about people today. Lord forgive me, I was about to say something. But I am happy I have the memories, but I'm also happy I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about people and the certain things that he would do. And I learned what certain red flags are and what to look out for. And I learned what I want in relationships and what I need in relationships and what I'm okay with. And I need the person to have hobbies. I need the person to be the same religion and same political affiliation as me. That's what I've learned. I wish nothing but the best for him. We still talk from time to time, not as often as before, which I am fine with. And it's not saying that I don't want to talk to him, but it's just like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not like that. You know, it's not even just him, it's specific, because I just like, even when I'm on my Discord with my online friends that I love so much, when they're texting me so much, I put my Discord on mute. It's not him, it's everybody. I just don't like talking to people that much. Like, maybe that's why I like recording so much, 'cause I'm not actually talking to somebody. Like, y'all can respond, but just not right away. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's because I'm like, you know, I got anxiety and stuff like that, but I just don't really like talking on the phone. Like, I prefer texting, but the way we would text so often, it felt like I was on the phone. I can't explain it. That's just who I am. I don't like talking to people that much. Like I said, and it's not just him. If he ever sees this video, it's not that I don't like talking to him. It's everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously my grandma is different. Maybe it's different with family, but really only my grandma and my uncle, not nobody else in my family. So yeah. I do hope he gets the help he needs, both mentally and physically. Like I said, there's a lot I left out. I don't want to bash nobody, but I do hope he gets the help that he needs. Yeah, I hope he finds someone who loves him, and I hope he does great things in his life. I can truly say that I loved his parents, and especially his mom. She was so nice, sweet, and caring. It almost felt like I had a mother in my life, because y'all remember I really didn't have a mother in my life. Like, I had my aunt who kind of raised me, but she always made sure I only called her my aunt. So it kind of felt nice to have parents once again, because I don't have parents. But But I believe everything happens for a reason, and this is just another chapter in my book, and there will be many more, and I have no regrets, and I have forgiven him, and it's time to get back on that grind of working on myself, my future, and my relationship with God. So that is where I left that off. Sorry this video was kind of long, but this is the story of how I met my ex, Nicholas. That's not his name, but Saint Nick, and why we aren't together anymore. Yeah, I was gonna paint this. Maybe I'm the Grinch this year, but I'm not feeling this. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this. You know what I'm saying? If you ever get into a relationship, just don't be like me. I ignored a lot of red flags, and a lot of the stuff where he was kind of a little bit verbally abusive and stuff like that, I just kind of ignored. Don't ignore that, you know. Prioritize you. Even though you're in a relationship with somebody else, still prioritize you and what you want and what you need. You know what I'm saying? And if you need space, say that. Say that you need space. And if he or she doesn't respect that, then what makes you think that they're going to respect anything else? You know what I'm saying? And the way he talked about Donald Trump made me realize, like, if we're ever somewhere and something happens to me and he's white and I'm black, how do I know that for sure that he's going to actually protect me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, like I said, not even trying to bring race into everything, because it's not. But I mean, in this point it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in life, and one thing he did say that was another red flag to me. Y'all know that war that is going on right now, where babies are being beheaded and being kidnapped from their mom and stuff like that. His answer to that is that America is wasting money by sending money over there to help them. And I'm just saying to him, if you don't care about those kids, what makes you think that he's going to care about you? This is me talking to myself. I'm like, granted, like I said, we should help home too. America should spend the money here too. But there are kids, innocent kids, being killed. And he claims that we're wasting money. I got a problem with that, y'all. I do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was pretty long, but thank you guys. I'm gonna do this off camera. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn notification bell know when I post, and share this video with your friends. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 18. And I do apologize if it's a very long video, but you know, once I start talking, I don't stop. But yeah, bye guys, love you.